Today I'm sharing the top dating tips every woman needs to know for 2025. Like how to attract the right kind of energy, avoid common pitfalls, and date smarter, not harder. Whether you're looking for a serious relationship or just exploring what's out there, these tips are gonna help you navigate the dating world with confidence and ease. So let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Niobe Monroe. I am a model, content creator, and influencer. And today I'm gonna be sharing my top dating tips for 2025. Okay, so this is the second video I am putting out on dating tips because my last one you guys loved. I'll make sure to link that one down below. That one was for 2024. I feel like 2025 is giving different energy, you know, because every year, babes, this is what it's supposed to be giving. Since last year, I have learned so much about dating that I wanted to share with my girlies what I have learned, how I am raising the bar this year. So before we get started on this video, make sure you subscribe to the family down below and like this video if this is the kind of content you want to see from me. I will also add my social media handles down below, so make sure you join the community. My Instagram is at Niobe Monroe, as well as my TikTok. All right, baby, so for the first tip, we are starting off strong. You know, I'm a Taurus, so we come pretty hard. You know, we don't play any games, we don't sugarcoat anything. And the first thing I want to let my girls know about dating in 2025 is to stop investing into situations, people, places, things that are not serving you. If that individual is not serving you as a woman, you need to let them go. We are literally too grown to be hanging on to things that no longer serve us, like at our grown age. Mind you, I am 28. If you are like a youngin watching this, please take these tips and implement them into your life. Like a lot of these tips, I feel like I wish I would have been more disciplined about when I was younger, because girl, like dating has been fabulous for the past couple years, and I feel like if you are switching it up every year and evolving like the kind of things you are tolerating and not tolerating each year, dating gets litter, dating gets more romantic, your life gets softer, and the men that you entertain are just like amazing. Like I have no complaints. Like I have been super blessed with the kind of men that have taken an interest in me. Like seriously, God is so good. That's why I want to share my tips with you all, because guys, like I feel like I am living just in a Barbie world right now. If you are entertaining someone who is not bringing anything to the table, who's not serving you, you are wasting your time. You're gonna spend a lot of time trying to build that person versus like building together. As a woman, life can already be a lot. I mean, if you're anything like me, you're probably like high maintenance. I am very high maintenance. I am a very busy woman, and like I only have but so much time I can give people. So I really feel like if you are not bringing anything to my table, to my situation, if you're not elevating my life in some kind of way, I really do not have time for you, because I know I elevate your life just by giving you my time and attention. So I hold myself to that value, as should you. I can't afford to just give away my time to you. I'm someone who enjoys the finer things. I like to travel. I like to live a soft life. I like experiences. I like fine dining. You have to bring something to the table, my love, because the competition out here, you know what I mean? If I feel like I am the one serving you versus like it being an equal balance and you doing more for me, then there's really no purpose in me like entertaining what could possibly be. And I would much rather be with a man who has shit going on than someone who just doesn't have enough going on. So if you are deciding to settle down with someone, make sure it's someone who makes sense. You know you best. So make sure the person that you are choosing to settle down with, to be exclusive with, to give all your time to, is giving you a reason to be committed. I personally only date men who have more than me. I never date someone who has less than me. And just so you guys get a good idea of what I mean by that, it's like this, right? Let's say you are a baddie with a car and your own apartment. Does it make sense for you to date someone with no car and maybe no apartment? No, it doesn't really make sense, because you're going to have a different experience just because you're trying to cater to him in a situation. And that just, I feel like, takes you out of your femininity. Me personally, it would take me out of my femininity. Like, if I'm the one driving us around on like dates, like, I like being passenger princess. You are not gonna take that experience away from me. Remember, girls, you wanna date someone who has more than you, or at least about the same. I always like to shoot for the stars for so date someone who has more than you. I mean, maybe in college you can get away with, you know, dating someone who doesn't have a car, because you guys are young. When you're young, it's a whole different story. When you're like straight out of high school, you're in college. On top of that, maybe you're attending college in New York City. So again, like, make sure that my advice applies, because in New York City you don't need a car, you know what I mean? And if you're in college, this now is a different story. So be mindful of the information and advice I give you. It is just way nicer to date someone who has all the freedom in the world and they're independent, whether it's like traveling, where they live, and you know, having someone who lives at home with their parents just might not be for you, especially if you are an independent woman living in your own apartment. Like, for me personally, like, I need to look up to my man, so he either has to have his own, I mean, lately it's been his own house. So his own house, townhouse house, his own car, obviously. Like, I personally prefer to date men who are wealthy. Yes, I said it, and that doesn't make me a gold digger. I know there's this whole thing like on the internet talking about like, oh, if she likes nice things, if she expects certain things from a man, she's a gold digger. Girl, no. If you have standards, if I can live in a nice place and take care of myself and do the whole 9 yards, I would expect the man that I'm settling for to provide nice things for me. If that's my love language, then like, speak it, you know what I'm saying? So we cannot be judging people for like what their love language is. I think it's pretty silly when people do that, because if that's what makes you happy internally, and that in speaking your partner's love language makes them happy, then we shouldn't be shading each other in regards to like what makes us feel loved. I'm a girly where I do like receiving gifts. I like experiences. I like to travel. I like nice things. So yeah, my man has to be able to do that. I've already been shown that plenty of times. So baby, it's dating up from here on out. So that's another tip, guys. Girls, make sure you date up, don't ever date down. Give that person a chance to get on your level if that's someone you really like. But as a woman, you don't want to stress yourself out dating someone who needs to work on themselves and meet you at the level you're at. Again, you can, but me personally, I've tried that when I was younger and it was stressful, child. Like, I felt like I was like a mom. And another reason why I say like date someone up, date someone who, you know, can provide the lifestyle you like, the experiences you like, is because you don't want to be with someone and you're just like cooped up in the house. Y'all just roommates at this point. Yeah, you're like Rapunzel. You are too fine to be cooped up in the house, girl. If you don't go dust off those dresses, put on those sexy heels, and go enjoy your life. And the thing about committing to a man is it's a little hard to go out there and enjoy your life if your man is like trailing behind you, you know, is needy of you. Like, yeah, date up, date someone who has his own stuff going on, who is cool AF, who just gets you. And you'll know what I mean when you start attracting those guys. Ooh, so my next tip would be to date someone who knows how to court. Oh my God, I am the queen of being courted. I love being courted, oh my God. Like, that's the time where I feel like my attraction for someone will either develop or decline, because I just find it really appealing and very sexy to see the man that has interest in me show me how much interest he has in me. Like, so if there is no courting, there is absolutely no relationship. They have no access to me, nor like my time, energy, attention, none of it. And that's just because courting me properly is definitely one of my love languages. Like throughout the whole getting to know me process and in a relationship. And I'm so grateful because my dating experiences for the past couple years have literally been amazing. Like, the reason why I know like this is the bar, like this is what I want and it cannot be anything less, is because that is what I experienced, because I have just put myself in that position mentally where I know my value, and if a man is not meeting that, then you know, like I cannot continue entertaining that person, because you are what you attract. So if you continue to attract the wrong people and entertain them, that will be the only thing you will continue attracting. So it's not only like the receiving aspect of courting that I enjoy. I find it very attractive to know like a man is romantic enough to know how to sweep a girl off her feet. Like, there's just something about a man who like is really good at planning dates, you know, like there's just something about it, like I just love it, because it just shows me like how open-minded you are, like just what you're willing to offer in general, the lifestyle. And I just love the romantic aspect of it, because a man who puts an effort on in like dinner dates and stuff like that, he's taking to nice restaurants, you know, maybe it has like an itinerary. Like, I love it when a guy has an itinerary for us. Like, this is the activity, then we're having dinner, then we're finishing up with, you know, dancing at the salsa club, whatever the case is. I love that. I think it's like so much fun, and I just feel like those men show me that they can lead. It makes a girl feel like she's a princess. And don't get me wrong, there may be a few people who slip through the cracks who you agree to go on a date with or get to know, and like it's just not giving, or like they end up hitting you with the like, IDK, what do you want to do? I just feel like we're like way too grown for that. Either way, I just feel like even if you are younger, if a guy is wanting to take you out, like him just having a set plan and using his creativity to show you like he's interested and wants to show you a great time and create a space where you can get to know each other, I think that that shows value, and I respect that 1000%. Because me personally, I need something to submit to. I say something, but there are several things that need to happen in order for me to submit. I have dated some amazing people, so like there's just a bar. And also, aside from my experience, it's like where I hold myself, like how I value myself. Because you will either have standards and be mindful to whom you give your time to, or you're gonna be giving your time out like candy and wasting a lot of it. My next tip would be to date someone who is focused on their career, who has a drive, who has ambition. Now, this is super important, because if you are someone like me who is a go-getter, who is an entrepreneur, or maybe you're just ambitious in your line of work, you want to date someone who is equally yoked, who gets up early, goes to the gym, is a go-getter, is building that $1 million startup, is, you know, all those things. Like, you want someone that you can look up to. You want your man to run faster than you. For women with high ambition, like, we want a partner who can lead us. It still feels a lot better to date someone who has dreams, goals, and works extremely hard, because you eventually will be influenced to do the same and make better decisions in your life with your time, with your career. So I really enjoy dating men who have a lot going on for themselves, that are excited about life, who loves to take care of their bodies and also like have goals and dreams and ambitions and are working hard to accomplish those. Like, date the man who spends time with God. That right there is a major one. I want my man to like just be so focused on himself with getting himself to where he needs to be, because he wants to be an amazing man and he wants to have enough for his family. Like, that's the kind of husband that I desire. I feel like the reason why I'm into like hustlers and dreamers is because I grew up around hustlers and dreamers. A lot of my family members own businesses, so that's kind of all I saw growing up. I was very fortunate enough to see the beauty of having your own business and working for yourself. I'm attracted to men who like have their own ish going on and work hard and are ambitious and like to work. And on top of that, when you date men who are busy working on themselves, on their goals, on their dreams, on their passions, on their careers, they don't have time to waste. They do not have time for distractions. They're not gonna sit there arguing with you back and forth. These men are literally like on a different level, and so that kind of discipline, that kind of discernment is the kind of energy I love to have around. For those of you who have been on my channel, you know that I am an entrepreneur. I'm a UGC creator, influencer, and model. And so being an entrepreneur, I just absolutely adore and love having a man who like gets it, who gets like the hustle, who has the drive, the ambition that like you need in life to like have the freedom to do what you want. You know, there's a lot of sacrifice that needs to be made when you are an entrepreneur. A big reason why I have these tips is because of where I'm at in my life and my career. So that is something you should also take a look at. Like, if you have certain goals and you're working towards, you know, certain milestones, then you have to be mindful of where and with whom you are spending your time with. So I actually just put out a couple ebooks on UGC and how you can get started as a content creator and get paid. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and check them out. I have linked them down below. I shared a couple of my favorite email templates as well as a PR list for all my UGC creators that are starting out. These are perfect resources that will help you along the way. I will make sure to link those ebooks down below, and they will also be available on my official website. Okay, so my next tip is definitely one that is super random and I feel like isn't common to talk about, but because of my lifestyle and what I've learned, I want to share it with you. In 2025, you should not be dating someone who is a social drinker. And what I mean by social drinker, I mean someone who drinks pretty often and drinks in social settings. It's okay to be a social drinker every now and then, but if you are getting to know someone, or if you are someone who drinks often, like even every week, every weekend, like I would definitely be mindful with that, just because me personally, I have learned that when you are dating or even friends with social drinkers, sometimes that comes with a lot of drama, just because when alcohol and human emotions get mixed up together, a lot of ish can happen. So that can like ruin friendships, that can ruin relationships or potential relationships. That's why I feel like this is a tip that is not popular or even talked about. So I personally don't drink often. Typically I will have something to drink once every month and a half, 2 months, when I'm out with great company with the girls or something like that. But I have experienced in the past where I would start drinking more often if someone I was dating was more of a drinker. And although it was a lot of fun, I noticed that it was just not a part of my typical lifestyle, and I did not like the habit that I was creating. And drinking is not something that should be taken lightly. Like, drinking is dangerous, one, and you get no benefits from drinking. And so you have to think, like, in your position where you're at in life and where you want to go, do you have time to be dealing with someone who enjoys to drink? That is very distracting. Not only that, like, drinking makes you belligerent. Not all the time, but like it influences someone so much, and it can change a relationship like that. Whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a potential relationship, whatever, it has the power to just flip your world upside down. And I have just found that it's just one of those things that should be used in a celebration and not like in a lifestyle. You just can get wrapped up in a lot when it comes to alcohol. So that is a tip that I want to add in there. That was my like exclusive little tip when it comes to dating. I don't like to date men who drink often. I just feel like go to the gym. Go, you know, make yourself feel better in a different way, but drinking every weekend is just not it. And I just feel like men who have a drive, who have like things to do, goals, they don't have time to drink every weekend. They really don't. They need to be up early the next day. They need to be grind mode. They need to feel good. So I learned that, yeah, this is something that I do not want to play with. Because as you're getting to know someone and dating, you also do not know their traumas. You don't know their triggers. You don't know them like that well enough. So if you constantly put yourself in situations where someone is drinking, eventually something can happen. Also, high key, I have peeped that individuals who like constantly drink have a lot going on with themselves, like mentally, spiritually. And so that has been like a #1 sign for me to just avoid people like that when it comes to dating. Sometimes you don't see it coming, but like, yeah, be mindful, girl, because you do not need to be in a situation where your safety is at risk, or you know, you're dealing with someone who likes to drink but is constantly battling demons. All right, so my 5th tip would be to take your time when dating. Okay, this is super important. I've mentioned this before on my previous video that I shared with you guys. I absolutely loved that video. That was a great video. I had a lot of fun filming that. Take your time. I know as women, like for all my girls watching, I feel like society often pressures us to make the decision now, get married now, have kids now, do all that BS now. But you don't need to do all that. Like, don't. Take your time. Do it when you feel like doing it. Do it on your time, not on the world's time. The world isn't gonna be there paying your bills. The world is not gonna be there getting up 3, 4, 5 times in the middle of the night to take care of the crying baby. The world is not gonna be there dealing with divorce. The world is not gonna be there dealing with a really bad partner. So take your time. I'm going to reiterate a few things that I mentioned in my last video because, girl, no lie, each time I am in a situation with someone, I think this. I think about how I need to take my time, because only time will tell if y'all are meant to be. And when I tell you compatibility and respect are like the top 2 most important things other than God when like figuring out if someone is meant for you or not. You are learning like who they are, what makes them smile, what are their dreams, goals, ambitions, if they have any, their cleaning habits. Girl, cleaning habits are big. Okay, no, that's something I am not playing with. Like, I need to know you are a clean individual. So that you also want to make sure that you know what they do for fun. You know what I mean? Like what do you do for fun? Do you do healthy things for fun? When you drink, how often do you drink? How do you get when you drink? When you get upset, how are you when you get upset? Girl, that one right there. Because anger is blind and you want to know what you are dealing with. When people say, wow, I didn't know you had that side, be quiet, because everyone has that side to them. No one is the same. So it's all about getting to know your person properly and giving them enough space to do so. Okay, so now we are down to the last tip, and this one is kind of like the little cherry on top that I want to add to this video. And that is normalizing receiving flowers each month. Maybe you're one of the girlies who receive them each week. Shout out to you, girl, because yes, you deserve that soft life. I'm a girly who does get flowers every month. That's been the thing for like some time now in general. But I just feel like normalizing getting flowers each month, and it hits on the same date each month. I really like that, and that's something that I experienced, and I was like, oh, like that is just so cute. And it almost felt like it was like a promise in a sense. Shout out to the men who do that. Like, I experienced that, and I always get flowers each month. That's been going on for a couple years now, and I love it. I love getting flowers. Flowers just make me feel very pretty, and it's just a reminder that like love is real. Even if you are not in love, it's just beautiful to see like someone pour in that effort to remind you how beautiful you are and that you are being thought about. Girl, even if you don't get flowers each month, get yourself flowers each month and put them in a pretty pot. Get some flower food as well, because they live longer. And I always have flowers in the house now, and I just love it. Flowers make me so happy, and I feel like a lot of girlies are like that. So for the girlies who have not experienced that or don't experience that often, like, give that to yourself. So remember, dating should be fun, empowering, and an extension of your amazing life, not something that drains your energy. So let me know in the comments which tip resonated with you, and if you have any of your own dating wisdom, drop that down below. All right, girlies, don't forget to join the community by subscribing to the channel and following me on Instagram. All my other socials will be linked down below. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed watching this content, learned something new, or just enjoyed our little girl talk. I'll talk to you girlies very soon. Bye.